YouTube has a child exploitation problem. And it's not just a single issue situation. It's a multi-pronged problem. And it's one that we've seen play out for the past few years, that YouTube has tried and tried and tried to get under control, and they can't. They simply cannot get it under control in a way that is going to be perfect for everybody. So hard choices are going to have to be made. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, a YouTuber by the name of MattWhatItIs put out a video showcasing the wormhole, the rabbit hole, if you will, that you can easily go down trying to find exploitative content aimed at children. Well, featuring children, based around children. The kind of stuff that if you read the comments, you feel like you want to go bleach your skin to the bone. It's so terrible and nasty because even though they're not explicit in what's being said, the wording that is used, the type of emojis that are used, the language that is used gives you a clear, vivid picture of the mindset of the person typing that comment. And it is sickening, it's disgusting, and it is wrong on so many fucking levels. But YouTube hasn't acted in a way that they should. And the problem with it is the system itself. It really is. It's the system itself. So to give you guys an idea of how YouTube operates in regards to content, 400 hours are uploaded every single minute. That's the metric they're going by right now, which equals 72 years worth of content a day. That is so much content that YouTube itself cannot realistically and under any circumstances monitor every bit of content that goes up. So they rely heavily on bots. We know these bots are responsible for most of the demonetizations that happen, that people get so upset about. Why did my video about 2 dogs playing get demonetized? Quick rundown on that one. What it does is it looks at your general content. It looks at the type of content you produce, how often you appeal the demonetization, whether or not you use certain swear words or how they're phrased or how they're aimed at a certain person. Yes, the bot can detect all of this. I learned that when I was down at YouTube's LA space a few months ago for a training seminar, and I asked them about swearing and how it applies to monetization, and they said it will detect what you say and who you aim it at, and it can understand in some aspects the context of how you say it. I'm not even kidding you. So the way the bot operates is the more you appeal, the better your chances are of getting monetization permanently. And I can agree, I can attest that that's a reality. Because that's how it happens with me. I get maybe 1 out of every 10 videos gets hit now, whereas before it was 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 in some cases. So as of just appealing it, that's how it works. Anyway, that's just the factor. But monetization plays a key part in this too. Because even though YouTube wants you to have 4,000 hours watched and 1,000 subscribers before you are able to apply for monetization, if you are uploading content that you rip off of somebody else that deals with young children that are playing, it doesn't look like it's going to be anything bad. The video itself is innocuous. The video itself, from what this video showed, MattWhatItIs video showed, it's just kids playing. But the timestamps, the comment section, this is the issue. Because those are the guys who then go through it frame by frame, second by second, and log the exact moment where they can get what they want. So they turn something as innocuous as a girl playing, doing cartwheels, playing with their friends, bouncing around, and they turn it into something sick and twisted and disgusting and vile and terrible and wrong. And then they share it amongst their friends. They share it with people. They leave you the breadcrumbs to follow it down the wormhole even further. They give you the opportunity to find all this stuff. It's there. It's absolutely there. They give you the ability. And this is all part of the algorithm. It's all part of their system. It's what you and I, if you do this, it's what we use to grow our channels. I'm not even making this up. This is the problem. It's tied into a larger system. The system itself wants you to get into the recommended feed. It wants you to get out there. And these videos, they get millions of views. Millions of views. And they get a lot of interaction. They get a lot of engagement. So what does that do? Recommends it in the algorithm. Sidebar search engine. And once you get in that rabbit hole, it just populates your entire feed because that's how YouTube operates. So you just keep getting recycled content of all of this stuff that's being used for sick, depraved purposes. But for those people, it's what they want. And the children are absolutely unaware. And that's the big problem here. How do you track? How do you track this? How do you stop this? There's no grand overall solution to this. The only solution is to disable the comments on every video by people under the age of 18. That's it. That's really it. It's not going to stop people from sharing it, finding the right content. They're going to, whatever. Because oftentimes what happens is people download the video, they re-upload it on another channel. So the original content creator, that original child, doesn't know. But YouTube can, in fact, determine. It can detect duplication. There's a feature when you hit over a certain amount of subscribers that it will automatically detect re-uploads of your content. It creates a thumbprint of your content. And it can detect the bots always processing, always looking. It can detect if people whole cloth re-upload your content. So why not work on that to find these other re-uploads and remove them? But the problem with it is, though, you have to prove ownership of the video, I guess, which is one of the reasons why they should probably sit there as well. And again, people aren't going to like this in regards to privacy, but maybe they should start having people put their ID in. Look, here's a reality of the situation. And I'm not saying I agree with this, but this is where things are going. And it's because of shit like this. And I don't have a solution. I'm just merely thinking out loud as I'm talking. This is a stream of consciousness thing. But the way I view it, the only way I can really see it is we're losing anonymity on the internet anyway. They don't want us to be anonymous anymore. So they're going to start taking it away. They're going to start taking it away. You may not have to publicly show your name, but you have to put your personal information in. Anyone who monetizes these videos has to put in their name, their address, and their social security number. It is tied to them whole cloth. It is tied to them. Maybe they need that for channels. I don't know. I don't know how to solve this problem without going to the extreme. You can sit there and say, why don't they hire more people to monitor all this stuff? They brought in 10,000 2 years ago. They went from 2,000 people to 10,000 people in order to do this. And it's still a problem because there are still ways to get around the system. And the video system itself is not going to look at the comment section and determine whether or not this is a good thing. People who do use an eggplant in a squirt emoji in a comment section are not going to get identified by the bot in order to then alert a human reviewer to take a look. It's not going to happen. So unless you outright ban children from the platform, from posting content, hosting their own channels, I know they say 13 and older, but we all know that they just come on in anyway. We all know parents these days don't pay that close attention to what their kids do. We all know all of this stuff. So the only way it's going, the only solution in this situation is one that is of an extreme response. YouTube is already talking about that in regards to the weaponization of dislikes. We already know that's happening. So yes, because people abuse the system and are so terrible in abusing the system, vile, vicious, disgusting in abusing the system, it is going to negatively impact everyone. I would not be surprised if this triggers the Adpocalypse 2019. Because this happened in 2017 as well. It did. So we hit the first Adpocalypse in the first part of 2017. Went through the cycle of Daddy 05 in April. kind of died out. Fall 2017 rolls around. People start talking about these channels. Toy Freak Blog goes down, an 8 million subscriber channel. 8 million subs went down because of the content. Because if you look at the comment section of the comment section, what people were saying then is what was dictating the content of the channel, it felt like. So people are depraved in the comment section, and people who make this content, they're so wanting the money and they're wanting the fame and they're wanting the power that they don't fucking think about their children, about what's being presented, about who it is being seen by. Because what might be the most innocuous thing on the planet? Innocuous is anything but innocuous. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Eggplant squirt emoji. Because these problems flare up all the time. We as YouTubers, we as content watchers, as users on this platform, we watch this stuff. We see what goes down. We see the bad things that happen. And then people make a stir. They make a stink. They go to YouTube. They complain. They complain. They complain. And YouTube goes, we'll take care of it. It's going to require an extreme response. You may not like it. I don't like it. Because there's got to be another solution. But YouTube is a multi-billion-dollar company, and the adpocalypse reportedly took away $50 billion in advertisers, and advertisers are now aware that they can leverage that type of shit over the platform, which then impacts negatively everybody else. Those of us who do this as a job, who've done nothing wrong in this regard, get hit, just like the apocalypse. But people like, Logan Paul and Jake Paul, who shill merch to young children, in ways that are completely immorally unethical, totally fine, totally fine. I love this platform. I do. But when you start really thinking about the problems surrounding it, when you start really thinking about the issues that stem from it in certain aspects, it's stomach churning. It really is. It really is. I don't know what to do. I wish there was a solution. But YouTube, when they react, they don't react subtly. They don't react subtly. They take something away. And then there's the spread. There's the splash damage. There's the impact. Because, I don't know, YouTube 2019 at the end of the year is going to be vastly different than it is right now. And it's not our fault. Because we're calling it out. It's not our fault. And it's not even ultimately YouTube's fault because they're trying. But they're also going to overreact in order to appease the advertisers because they're still a business. We can see the dominoes starting to fall. We can see where things are going to go. We can see what's going to happen. And it is not good. I wish I don't know. I don't know what to do. I want this shit to not be there. I want these people to not be here. I want this content to be gone. I don't want to think about my daughter posting videos with her and her friends and having some person eggplant emoji, squirt emoji in the comment section aimed at a child. I don't want my daughter on the internet. I don't want your kids on the internet. It's sickening on so many levels, and you can't do anything to stop it. All you can do is complain to the larger company, the tech companies who have the power, have the control. They can do something about it. But when these companies act, it's never subtle. It is always a fucking hammer. And then it has wider reaching impacts. like a fucking meteor. So what do? Do we sacrifice our livelihoods to stop these people? Because that is also kind of a thing. I've seen this brought up. Do we all turn off the ability to earn money? We all stop taking the money from YouTube because we want them to fight this. We want them to make sure that the advertisers don't have anything to advertise on. Do we stop posting content? Do we go on a strike? What do we do? What do we do? What can we do? How do we do it? Because a lot of my friends who do this as a full-time gig, they live paycheck to paycheck. So they can't afford to not make content. But that's the solution, isn't it? Stop posting content. Stop engaging with it. Dry it up. But people like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. They don't care. They don't care enough to get involved and to take an actual hit in order to try to show YouTube what needs to be done. They don't care. And I'll be honest with you guys, here's the worst part about this. While this is the topic today, in a week it won't be. It won't be. Because too many people care too much about in-the-moment drama than trying to actually stop something bad from happening. Anyway. I don't know. I wish I did. I really wish I fucking did. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Since you're here, why don't leave a comment? Let me know what you think about stuff. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that as well. You check out any of these great, fantastic, amazing commentary tracks by me. That's right. I'm not egotistical or narcissistic at all. I'm just your average, everyday, normal YouTuber. Thanks for watching.